Yes, indeed. On a Tuesday evening up inside here at CLTV, it's Pastor Rob on the ones and twos. Background sound of the great late Peter Morgan.
Yes.
It's rough, guys, but guess what? Peter would want us to do it. Rest in peace, Peter Morgan. Let's hear that one more time before we get our show started here on a Tuesday evening at Caribbean Extravaganza. And we got two beautiful ladies standing by this evening, taking the place of the great Miss Sharon.
Not taking her place.
Yeah, just filling it.
Just
right?
filling it,
just
right?
filling the
Yes.
gap while she's away on vacation.
Okay, very good, very
Yeah.
good. Okay, so we're gonna go right into it then. How you doing, Candy?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
It's a great Tuesday. I'm excited about the week so far.
Mm-hmm.
The weather has been good, so hopefully it continues, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm all ready for spring to pop in. What you say, Donna?
You know what? Since I'm out there on the ground right now, I love that the weather is kind of warm, but not too warm, because it makes it easier.
Yeah.
But it really has been a couple of beautiful days.
Yeah.
We'll take
and
it.
I think we have another couple of days, but I think it's gonna get back a little bit cooler. But
Yeah, we'll take him anytime.
I
I'll
know.
take him anytime, especially around now. We'll
Absolutely.
Take him. Yeah. But
Absolutely.
yes, in case you didn't know and you know that voice, that's the Miss Donna McLeod, of course, the Honorable one has stopped by to grace us with her presence this evening, and we're just glad that she's in the studio with us, and she's going to fill us in this evening on a whole lot of great stuff that's going to be taking place right here in the Lawrenceville, Lilburn, Stone Mountain, Decatur, Metro, all through Atlanta area, right?
There's definitely stuff going on right across the
Oh,
state
right
of Georgia.
across the state. But Miss Donna, she'll be contesting for the Gwinnett County chairperson position,
Yeah.
and we're going to make sure that we put her there, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that we put her there, and even before I get started, I got to give her our props, so this is how I give her our props right here. I just got to touch on this little beat right here. And I want everybody just to listen up closely, because I've got a message that I want everybody to hear, and it's going to come to you. All right, there it is, and there it is. Just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know. Your chairperson.
I know everybody else be sing.
Hear this now.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. People here come up with the plans that she bring. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. Donna McCloud is a cloud 19. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. People here come up with the plans that she bring. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. When they come to reach chairperson, just keep voting. Me and woman is a powerful thing. Leading and teaching, always giving, always supporting, uplifting. Love for the community, what a blessing. Clean and that she full of self-esteem. Never selfish, cause she work with a team. Work with a team, yes, she work with a team. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. People here come up with the plans where she bring. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. Donna McCloud is a cloud 19. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. People here come up with the plans where she bring. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, Donna for the win. When they come to reach your person, just keep voting, keep voting, keep voting, keep voting.
Well, folks, you can't say you didn't hear it first. Well, I know it's not the first time it's played on Caribbean Live TV, but it's the first it's been played on Caribbean Extravaganza. And I want to let you know that Donna for the win.
Yes, indeed.
Okay?
I mean, how many Democratic Party have their own song?
I want to give Kevin Kenny Blessing this
Yeah.
prop. They surprised me with this song.
Wow.
They know whenever they play Ting-a-ling-a-ling,
Mhm.
I just broke out, right? Because I just can't help myself.
Yeah.
And knowing this, he put those words together, and it's just really on point, right? He did a great job, so I want to thank Kenny Blessing for that.
Yes,
So you know
indeed.
when you win, you have to play that song as well.
Oh yes,
right?
you know I will. You know I will. In fact, I'm planning to have my kickoff on March 16 right here at CLTV Live, so we'll be playing that. So,
Okay, wow.
But we're still in the process of just getting everything, but I think we're pretty concrete about the location.
Very good, very good. Okay, all right. So, well, Miss Donna, you says Donna for the win. Gwinnett County
Yes.
chairperson.
Indeed.
So let's get started here, Donna, and why now the chairperson?
I think for me, when I look at the county itself, I've lived there for 24 years now, so I'm no newcomer, and I've been there from the process of changing this county. This county used to be very Republican. The diversity was very limited, and you could start seeing the diversity happen. I moved to Gwinnett County in 2000, but by about 2010, you could see that the county was changing.
Yes.
And a lot of people did not realize this outside of Gwinnett, and at times we've had to deal with some, racial tension. But I saw it, and I was intentional about making sure that the people that were moving in, like myself, that they felt welcome to the county and that they had a way to express themselves. It was difficult because there was a lot of resistance, and power never gives up easily. But as the years have gone by, I was elected to the Georgia House of Representatives in 2018 as the first Jamaican to serve there. And of course, I will not be the last. I'm positive of that. But it's important that
Yes.
representation is always the key factor. Whenever you go and put yourself in a public view and do things in a public way, and people do things to serve their community in different ways. This happens to be a very public place to be, where you're constantly being watched and looked at. But it was important to it as well to put myself at the table, and I've made the statement: if you're not at the table, you're on the menu, and that's a fact. Because at the end of the day, governance is about how we use your tax dollars, and people always throw everything into politics. Politics is the process in which you get elected, right? So I have to go out there, I have to ask people for their vote. I have to put up some signs, make some mailers, make
Yeah.
phone calls. And that's the political part. But once somebody's elected, that's the governance. And governance is about your tax dollars, period. The state, the county, everybody collects taxes. And how the taxes are used, usually it is towards services, right? So in the county, it's going to be about your streets, your lights, your roads, your even just basic things like transportation that we might not think about in a day-to-day, but all of that is under making sure that we provide the service that makes life a little bit easier for the people that live there. At the state level, we fund the biggest part of the budget in the state was to fund public schools.
Okay.
Of which we were responsible for $34 billion. And where does the taxes come from? Income, sales tax, fees. Those are all ways of collecting taxes. And I want people to understand, at the end of the day, if you don't have people at the table that actually understand your needs, then you're not going to get the services you really need. And that is the key to governance, right? Having the services and it being paid for with your tax dollar. You're not getting anything for free.
Right.
Okay.
None of it is free because you're paying for it. And it's your job to make sure you keep the people that you elect accountable and things. So for me, Gwinnett County right now, do you need to take a break?
No. I was waiting for you to take a break. Because we hear about you being a state representative, and now we hear about chairperson. But many folks don't know the difference.
Right.
What's the difference in the roles?
Okay, so they're very different.
Yeah.
So the state is the umbrella for the entire state of Georgia, which is about almost 11 billion people.
Wow.
Okay.
11 million people.
Wow.
11 million people in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
And the state collects taxes through income, sales tax, and fees, right? 32 billion. the state basically as the umbrella over the state, we actually 159 counties. All of that money gets distributed to each of the counties
Okay, got it.
to fund services in each of the counties.
Yeah.
And also the state provides certain things. So you'd like the Department of Health,
Okay.
Children's Services. So the state has different roles within government, and it's the umbrella because within the state of Georgia, you also have counties. And 159
Yes.
counties, and then inside those counties you have cities.
Yeah.
And so it's the layering of government. So if you want to look at it, where I was the Congress
Okay.
of Georgia.
Okay, I got you.
So we're over the entire state. Now looking at the county, and I did 2 terms in the Georgia House of Representative. I did leave it to run for Congress. I lost that race in 2022. That race was with Lucy McBath, and she had $3 million. I didn't have $3 million, but I put myself out there because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
the counties where I lived, she lived in Cobb County. I lived in the county
Imagine
in which
that.
I was going to serve. But again, that's the state.
State. Okay.
Now let's go down to the county.
Yeah.
The county has its own executive branch, right? Which is the county commissioners. And inside the county commissioner is a chairperson. So the county's really divided into 4 pieces, and there's 4 commissioners. We're about 1 million people, so you're looking at about 250,000 per district in the county. So it's broken into 4 pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
And the chair is the one at large. So I don't have a district. I am actually would be responsible for the entire county, and I will be a tiebreaker. I would also be the one that talks to all the departments to see, do I need to add departments? Do I need to add additional services to the people? Well, that budget of $2.5 billion. So the budget for the state of Georgia is roughly about $32 billion. It's shrunk a little bit. And but the county is $2.5 billion. So it's not small, and that's bigger than some. That's bigger than some countries.
Yes.
Revenue, right? And so with that 2.5 billion, the chair gets to talk to all the she has an administrative staff with a county manager, a deputy manager, a county attorney, a county auditor. And one of the things that I found with the woman that's currently sitting in the seat is that her administrative staff actually comes from the previous administration.
Oh, wow.
She's a Democrat. She was elected as a Democrat because the county had flipped. But everybody that is in her administration comes from the Republican administration. So the status quo has not changed, right? And we're seeing that in the way that the county is operating, because we're still seeing just massive building without a plan. There was no plan for housing. There's no
Right.
plan.
Right.
So as a result, we've kind of overbuilt, because now we only have 8% of land left in Gwinnett County.
That is true. That is so true.
Yeah, and it's a problem because our kids are paying a price. In high school, our students are looking at 38 to 39 students per class, which again is going to cause them to have difficulty learning, because every child doesn't learn the same way.
Right.
And then we have that many things, people are going to get lost, and then you're going to have the pranksters and the jokester, all of
course.
us in classrooms, and the more kids there are, kids like the pranksters, the jokesters, they get an audience, and they even act up more.
That's
and
true.
so it gets to the point where you have behavioral issue, and you have the teacher frustration, and where our teachers are already seeing the kind of level of where they're burning out, trying just to do a job, to educate the population that's going to grow up to basically pay our Social Security. I'm all about making sure they pay my Social Security. But at the end of the day, it all matters, right? And so that's one issue in the county, and the fact that if you're going to be elected, you should brand your own brand. You should bring your own ideas, your own plans to the table.
Yeah.
Why are you going to the table if you had no plans? If you didn't want to change anything? And so not only as a person running for office, but also as a constituent, because I would be her constituent, and I'm not seeing the kind of thing, the congestion on the road. I remember coming from Peachtree Industrial on Buford Drive, coming down to 85. It took me 1 hour and 40 minutes to get
Well,
there.
I could attest to that.
Yes, very much.
Five Fork Trickham, which was the one when I moved here in just about the same time you came here, Donna.
Yep.
And we bought our house in Lawrenceville, right there down by in Flowers Crossing.
Yes.
So we used to be able to just drive down
Smooth.
smoothly,
Yes.
smoothly
Like
down the
124,
road.
yeah.
But my God, at 5 o'clock, you can't come down Five Fork Trickham these days. There's a congestion there, and I'm wondering, and everybody's wondering in that area, when are they going to change that? When is somebody going to step up that realize that area has grown out of proportion, like most of Gwinnett County has grown out of proportion?
Yes.
What did you say? 30 what? What's left?
Only
8%.
8%, less than
8%.
8% of land.
And, you know, to speak on that,
Wow.
because
Okay.
I'm in the Grayson area.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you can
And-
speak on that.
Yeah,
Because
yes, you can speak
Grayson
on that.
20 is quite a piece of work.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is. And like you said, you know, where I am, every street cross street,
Yes.
they're building homes. I'm like,
Yeah.
where are they? What are they building all these homes for?
And they're out of price range.
And
They're
they
out-
are. They're 400,000,
Yeah.
500,000. I saw a senior home 55
Yeah.
and over. I'm like, how are they supposed to afford that on a fixed income?
They
Right,
can't.
right.
And that's the other issue. They cannot. And
Right.
what most people talk about affordable housing. How about just workforce housing? Because if you live in Gwinnett,
Yeah.
you like going to restaurants. 'Cause
Okay.
Gwinnett
Of
has,
course.
I'm
Gwinnett has-
guilty.
yeah, all of us.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Gwinnett has a very nice lifestyle
Style.
in
Yes.
some ways, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
you know.
you Jamaican, so Jamaican restaurant is everywhere. You want Korean barbecue, you can get Korean
course.
barbecue.
Yes.
You want Mexican food, you can get Mexican. You want Italian food,
Yeah.
you can.
Yes.
But those people working in the restaurants there or serving you in the barber shop or the beauty shop, they're not making $70,000 a
No,
year.
they're not.
And we don't have an effective transportation system, so they have to live nearby.
Yes. And
That is a practical. People don't really think about what it is when you're going in and trying to eat and stuff, and somebody comes up to you and asks you for your what would you like to eat. You're not thinking about that person, but that person is a person who has to live too.
yes.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay. So once again, before we go a little further, we have with us in the studios this evening none other than Miss Donna McLeod, and she is vying for that Gwinnett County chairperson position. She's a former state representative, so she's not new to the business, and she's a Gwinnett County resident.
Right.
And we just are happy to have her here with us this evening. And wow, I'm gonna let her talk because I don't even have to ask no questions
At
right
all,
now because
'cause-
she's just pouring it out.
Yes, she is.
It's like a cup, run it over, coming from the pastor, of course.
Right. One thing I noticed with Donna, she's very passionate about what she
Yes.
does. Very, very passionate. You know, and we appreciate that because again, you are the voice for people that look like us
Absolutely.
and the Caribbean community as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's exactly about it because I tell this story about years ago. This is when I was in Toronto, and this lady, she was taking what they call mother's allowance, and which is like welfare in Canada. And they gave her a can of Similac formula, and they left it there. And when the social worker came back the next month, the can was still sitting there.
Wow.
So she thinks that the woman is not feeding her child. She doesn't realize that we make porridge, and so we feed our children differently.
Yes.
So the Jamaican community had to step in and say, no, the child is being fed. It's just a cultural difference. So
Right.
that's why it's important to have people at the table, because what might seem abnormal to somebody else is normal to another. And culture is what is distinctive, right?
Yes. Right.
People think color of our skin is distinctive. Culture is more distinctive.
That's right.
And I think it's important that's one reason why you want various people to be at the table.
Yes.
Because you get different perspective. I'm going to go back to Gwinnett County. One of the things that a lot of Gwinnett County residents don't know that they are investors in is a land called Rowan. It's up by the Decula, Auburn area.
Let me
Okay.
write that down.
Yeah, it's called Rowan. And actually, we're right now, Gwinnett County residents are about $120 million invested into it.
Oh, wow.
So the previous chairwoman basically got us in that. The idea and the concept is a good idea. So it's supposed to be a technology, high tech thing. It's supposed to be finished between 50 and 75 years from now. Well, most of us will be dead by then.
I just about to say 50 to
Yeah.
75 years.
Yeah.
Why
And
so
right-
long?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. And here's part of the reason too. Right now, Gwinnett County residents are the primary investors. I don't know of any much other investors right now. Why? Because Gwinnett County does not have an effective transportation system. And so back in 2016, I remember the then chairwoman, she was doing Dinner with Charlotte. That's her name, Charlotte Nash. And do Dinner with Charlotte. And so I go and I participate with this Dinner with Charlotte. And I said, Charlotte, so when are we going to do something about transportation? She said, we're just not ready for it. I said, what do you mean you're not ready for it? So I asked her, so is this, you were worried about what, black folks coming up here?
Yes.
Because we're already here. So I'm not sure what you're really worried about. But anyway, we end up putting up the chairman for the Gwinnett County Democratic Party at the time. His name was Jim Shealy. So we put him up to run against her. He's probably spent about maybe between $3,000 and $5,000, and she spent a whole lot more. And all he ran on was transportation, and he came within 2,000 votes of winning. After that, she got a new religion. She started talking about transportation like nobody's business, and I'm like, lady, really? And not only that, an effective transportation system is good for business owners. It's good for the
course.
people.
Of course.
And also, it gives our community access.
Okay.
Right? Access is important. If we're going to provide services,
Yeah.
then we need to make sure that the services is able to be reached.
Right.
And so those are the kind of things that are happening right there. I've also been approached by small business owners during COVID. A lot of them almost lost everything. Some of them are not here anymore. I actually helped to save 2 businesses during COVID. One was a restaurant, and the other one was a beauty shop. And the thing is, as a county, we can allocate money so that our small businesses, if they need a grant, then they should be able to come in
course.
and we should be able to give. Obviously, there should be some criteria, but we should never let our small businesses fail, because at the end of the day, the three largest employers in Gwinnett County is the school system, the commission, which is the county government,
Okay.
and the hospital now.
Okay.
So there's 3. Almost all other businesses are small businesses in Gwinnett County. And anywhere you go, you see small businesses in Gwinnett.
Yes, you
the
do.
restaurants, the
Yes,
barbershops, the
yes.
beauty shops. Those are all your small business. I think Walmart is 4th. But everybody else is small businesses, and we rely on them to keep this economy going. We rely on them. We rely on people to go in and buy stuff. And we rely on those businesses to pay their taxes as well. And so it's important that people understand how it works together. One of the things I really want people to understand, if nothing else, is to stop telling me I'm not in politics. Stop telling me that, because you're everything's politically driven
Right.
at the beginning, but politics end up giving you your governance. And from the day you were born, you're given a birth certificate, and the day you die, you're given a death certificate.
That's true.
All right. So, what are some of the things and the changes that Donna McLeod will make?
So one of the things I'm looking at is repurposing some of the abandoned shopping plazas. I want to look at that, to do that, to look at that workforce housing situation, making sure we do some more affordable places for our workforce to live in. But also, given the fact that we have such little land left, we might have to build upwards with our schools, right?
Good
They're
idea.
young. They're young, so
Yeah.
they can go up the stairs. They don't like old like me. Give me that ranch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Give me that ranch style house.
Yeah.
But those are things that I'm looking at doing, and really allowing our citizenry, our residents, to actually have access to our government. If you go right now, the people that have been doing business with the county for the last 35 years are still the ones doing business with the county.
Yeah.
There's not been no room opened up. And I can tell you without a question of a doubt that we have a lot of talent in Gwinnett County.
Yes, we
Oh,
do.
yes.
Okay, almost all of the stuff that I have bought or used for my campaign has been done by somebody that lives in Gwinnett County.
You know, Donna, you spoke about the increase of the student ratio in the Gwinnett County.
Yeah.
Will there be anything in place coming up in the new election to try and even out the teacher to student ratio?
So I think again, that's the school board. So the school
Yeah.
board operates a little bit separate. That's another issue. So the school buys land from the county.
Okay.
Think about it now. The school buy land from the county. So if there's not enough land,
Yeah.
the school can't buy no land.
Right.
So the school has its own elections as well because there's school board members. So they basically are the governing body for the school system, and then they have their school superintendent who does the what do you call it, the operation stuff.
Okay.
But I think it's important for the county to also have a relationship with the school so that we talk to each other. What I ended up finding out, I'd gone to SPLOS, which is a special purpose tax, which I think right now I think it's 2 or 3 pennies that we pay on everything that we buy. So that meeting I went to, they had an open meeting for all the individuals in the county can get their input. And one of the things I was going in there for was to just talk about some of the streets that still don't have lights, like up on New Hope Road near where I live. There's no light on Cali. Still, I mean, it's just pitch black.
Yeah.
And so I was going there to talk, and then as I'm talking, and they're talking about all these building stuff, and I'm like, okay, so when is the school going to have an input on this? They said the school has an input. I said, when does the school have an input? Oh, the school has an input at the commissioner level. Also, the school doesn't have any input during the planning and development stage. Okay, that's backwards.
Okay.
Because if the school's not there at the planning, how do they know they need to build another school?
Right.
If it's at the commissioner level where they're already voting on what's already passed through planning and development, it's too late.
Wow.
So that was something I learned, and I actually informed the superintendent of that, and I said, you need to get somebody in those meetings. And it's happening across in all the cities, because right now Gwinnett County has 16 cities, and there might be another 17 Mulberry. So there might be another city, but right now we have 16. And that happens, each of those 16 cities do have their own planning and development too, because the county can kind of go into the city
Cities.
limits.
Yeah, got it.
So you live in unincorporated Lawrenceville like myself.
Yeah,
The Gwinnett County commissioner can't just go in there and say, I'm going to build something there.
No.
That's for the city to
City.
do. Unincorporated Gwinnett, have at it. But again, those are the kind of relationships, and people need to understand the layer of government, right? So each of your cities will have a mayor. Most of them have mayors and city council. That's the administrative or your executive branch of the city. And you pay another level of taxes in that area too, right? If you live in a city limit, you actually pay different taxes for that too.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we've learned quite a lot this past 20 minutes or so. Let us know then if someone's hearing and they're not sure when the elections are.
Yes.
Can you just fill us in on when those
Sure.
dates are? And
Sure. So right now, for the listeners, there's going to be 2 primary. Now, in the state of Georgia, we do not register people by party. When you register, you're not identified by. You don't say I'm a Democrat or a Republican. No.
Right.
When you start to identify yourself as a Republican or a Democrat or independent, depending on how you So sometimes if you sometime pull a Democratic ballot, sometime pull a Republican ballot, you will almost always come out looking like you're an independent. When you go in on a primary and you say, "Can I get a Democratic ballot?" That's when, and if you do that regularly in primaries, you will start getting identified as a Democrat or a Republican, depending on what ballot you're picking. So primaries are basically for each of the parties to choose their candidate for November. So each party will choose their candidates, and the end result is whoever is the party's nominated will go up on the ballot in November against the opposition party.
Okay, very good.
But the primaries are that essentially your time to choose who you think is the best person to represent you. That's why participating in the primary is so important. So right now, at this very moment, early voting is going on for the presidential primary, president preference primary, and the only race on the ballot is the presidential race
Right now.
Right now.
right now. So if you want to find out where your polling location is, you can go to iwillvote.com or you can go to mvp.sos.ga.gov. Those are the iwillvote.com. Once you put your zip code, it will take you straight to the My Voter page, the MVP thing. And I can proudly say that as a state legislator, I worked with the Secretary of State office. And so when you go on that my mvp.sos or iwillvote.com,
Right.
when you go in there and you put your first initial, last name, your date of birth, and the county you're registered in, your information is going to come up. When you see your county commissioner and your county's on your school board, I work with the Secretary of State to make that happen. Because prior to that, it wasn't listed at all. And what you would have to do was find your precinct, find the map of your county
Yes.
commissioner, and then you will identify what commissioner district or school board district. Now you don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, good.
So that's something that I worked with the Secretary of State and the presidential preference primary that's going on right now. Early voting started on it was started on February 19th and it goes all the way through March the 8th. Again, go and find out your early voting locations from February 19th, so it's already started, till March 8th. You go to iwillvote.com or to mvp.sos.ga.gov to find out where your early voting, and that's across the state of Georgia. So, I have my information for Gwinnett County, but I think almost every single county right now has started their early voting. Now, we do start a little bit early in Gwinnett because we do have 1 million people.
Yeah.
So we do tend to extend, and that's something that I really fought hard for myself. Years ago when I was a grassroots organizer, I pushed for more early voting days and hours. In fact, Sunday voting is because of 3 black women in Gwinnett County, a woman named Penny Poole, Marlene Taylor Crawford, who is now a councilwoman, and myself. We made sure that Sunday vote was one of those things. So again, if you wait until March the 12th, you will have to go to your polling location, your own polling. It's not an early voting site. So in most cases, those early voting sites are shut down. Sometimes 1 or 2 might be a polling location, but most of the time those are shut down, and you'll have to go to your own school or your own church, wherever your polling location is on the 12th. But please, everyone, I know that there's a lot of things going on. I know that people are fatigued. I know that people are frustrated. I know that Trump has made it so that people feel just aggravated. But this is about our democracy. This is about making sure that you actually have a voice. It is not a joke, by the way, and your democracy is something that, especially those of us that have come to live in America, we come here because we want to make a better life, and it is our job to make America better as well.
Yeah.
It's about improving what is already, and it didn't start off with any idea that we should be at the table, especially black people. We were still on plantation. I try to give people a sense of perspective the country became a country in 1776 on July 4th. Well, black people were still on plantation until 1865.
Wow.
That's almost another 100 years. So just think about it. And I tell people all the time, you do not, especially people of color, we do not have a right to vote. We have an ability to vote.
Yes.
Through an amendment.
Yes.
Right? The 15th, the 19th, and the 26th Amendment gave us abilities to vote. And then, of course, the 13th end up basically saying slavery was, there's Emancipation Proclamation. But at the end of the day, we have an ability only because in the Constitution, the only people with an actual right to vote are white men that own land. And by the way, everyone, land is valuable because land, we can grow on land, but we can't grow land.
That's
so
correct.
that's why it becomes the most valuable thing. And that's why they tend to pull a pole in the ground saying they own or they discovered something that was already here.
So, so what about you? We're interested in where we could go vote for you and when.
Yes. So the general election primary is going to be in May 21st.
Okay.
Early voting is going to start on April 29th and it's going to go through May 17th. That's for the general election primary.
Okay.
And again, early voting, you will go to the My Voter page, mvp.sos.ga.gov or iwillvote.com to find out your location. And if you're not yet registered, please get registered. Please get registered to vote. If you are registered, make sure that you're telling folks about me. You can also find me on my website is donnamcleod.com, and that's DONNA, and McLeod is spelled MCLEOD.com. I'm also, you can also follow me on almost all the social. I'm on Tribal, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Threads, I'm on Facebook, and all of it is Donna McLeod, the number 4 YOU. And remember, the election that I will be on is going to be May 21st, 2024, and there will be early voting. And again, I ask humbly for your vote. I hope that over the years that I've proven that I am a person in service of you. You're my boss. You, the people, are the ones that elect us, so they're the boss. We work for you, and don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like they're better than you, because ultimately, yes, there's a degree of respect that comes with it for sure. Because when somebody puts themselves out there, in our case, during the 2021 session, we literally put our lives on the line because we were being threatened, because there were people that kept saying, stop the steal, and they wanted to kill us. And they sent us threatening messages. I had to get the the GBI involved. So when we put ourselves out there, we're actually putting things. So I need your prayers. I need you to always understand that when somebody does do this and put themselves out there, you're doing it so in service, but also, you never know what is in somebody else's mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you have to always be mindful. I have to always be very mindful when I come out of my car. I don't. If I'm going to my house, I make sure I look in the rear view before I turn into the driveway. I never just turn into my driveway. I have to make sure that nobody's following me. But I do it because I know that having a voice at the table changes things. Yeah. It changes things. When I was at this Capitol, the Republicans down there kept saying, we fully funded the QBE formula, which is the formula that funds public school. We fully funded it. You know when the last time that formula was updated? 1985.
Oh, wow.
And they fully funded it.
Okay. All right, so Ms. McLeod, we're glad that you stopped by here and spoke with us this evening. And we are going to have you back, though, because way down in May, we just definitely want to have you back.
Right.
We want this message to go out not only once, but, several times per month until that Magic Day comes around.
Yes.
And so we're going to have you back here, and you're just so filled with information.
That she is.
We don't want to give the information overload here, So we're going.
Well, you never know, right? So I want to make sure I get as much, but I definitely will be back. But I want to give as much as I can, so some people can savor on it, and then maybe next time they hear it,
Yes.
it's more than one time.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So let's think
Repetition
better.
is key sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's all it is in politics.
Yes.
Yes.
You ever seen some politician? That's all they do is
yeah,
repeat,
yeah,
Yes.
repeat.
Repetition.
Yeah.
Repetition.
Well, but Donna, you don't repeat.
No.
No, no.
Fresh information every time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a pleasure to have you, someone of your caliber here with us this evening.
Yes.
And you make us proud, you know, as Caribbean folks and you know, particularly as Jamaican folks.
Big up,
You know what I'm saying?
big up, big
You know
up.
what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm gonna tell you this about Donna. She doesn't. She's not afraid to get into the mix.
No, she's
You know what I'm
not.
saying?
Hopefully,
So,
you will be in our history books down the line for
yeah.
our grandkids,
Yeah,
right?
and you know, whenever you're taking that picture for the history book, I want to be right behind you.
He's gonna be photobombing me.
I'm like, yo.
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 You know what? But I'll say this: if you ever do things, never think about doing it for no history.
That's right.
Because history is not. Nobody that's made history
Yes.
ever did it because they thought they were going to make history.
Right,
Right,
right.
exactly.
You did it because at the
And that's-
moment you
was
were
the-
called and you did something and
Yes.
somebody said you made history. It really did happen to me. I didn't know anything about being the first Jamaican to serve. Someone
And that is
called me
awesome.
and told me.
And that just goes to show your humility with it. You know, you cannot ever let yourself get too big or your head get too big that you forget about your people or where you came from. And that's why I love Miss Donna McLeod.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to
Always
put
Estonian.
we're going to put our best candidate forward, and we are going to go out as a community. And not only a Jamaican community, Caribbean community, but as a community on a whole, in our Lawrenceville areas and our
All through
Lilburn areas,
Lilburn, Snellville,
Snellville, and so forth like
Tequila.
this.
Sonia.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it. Let's do it.
And let's do it. Let's do it. But as I said, this is only part one of Miss Donna, and we're going to have her back here again. So Donna, thanks for stopping by with us this
Yes, we're glad
evening,
to have
and
you.
we
Thank
hope
you,
to
Pastor
get you
Shaw.
back. Of course, of course. I had to fight to get this lady on here, but that's all right. You know, I'm not like Sharon. You know, I don't have the contacts like Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon is one of those people, though.
Yeah.
She's friends with everybody.
Yes, she
Well,
is.
you know,
I never met nobody made friends with everybody like Sharon before.
I gotta tell you the story about Sharon because I was a postmaster at Lilburn, and we messed up Sharon's mail, and I came out. She was, let me see the postmaster. So I stepped out and I started talking. She said, "You're Jamaican." We've been friends ever since.
That's Sharon. That's Sharon, for sure. But thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, and we'll arrange it
Yes.
so that you'll be back. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you,
with us
Donna.
this evening.
Yeah, thank you guys. Candy.
I'm coming home, baby. Just hold on. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'm coming home. Yeah. There was a time when all I wanted to do was only the things that mattered to me. Yeah. But when a man and a woman builds their home, a man's gotta do what his family needs him to do. That when I come home, everything should be alright. So mommy, hold on, everything will be just fine. So I'm coming home, everything should be alright. So baby, hold on, everything will be just fine. Said I know that you miss me, baby. And I know the children too. So many times and I'm so far away. It's thoughts of you that carry me through my day. It's not easy for a man to live this way, but I do, that's why I pray that when I come home, everything should be alright. So mommy, hold on, everything will be just fine. So I'm coming home, everything should be alright. So baby, hold on,
just fine. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. You got to hold on. You just tell her, hold on. Hey, when I come home, everything should be alright. So mommy, hold on, everything will be just fine. So I'm coming home, everything should be alright. So baby, hold on, everything will be just fine. Yeah. Oh, no, no.
Everybody stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. You're doing it wrong. I got to tell you something, man. I got to tell you about Aggie Tree Services of Stonecrest, Georgia. They are willing to travel to local and metro Atlanta. That's right, Aggie Tree Services of Stonecrest, Georgia. Our services are extensive. We have equipment for almost any job, including demolition, skid steer, forestry mulcher, bucket truck, excavators. We can have it all. We can clear up to 3 acres per day, residential and commercial. The telephone number for Aggie, 770-990-5414. I'm going to say the number for you one more time in case you didn't get it. It's 770-990-5414. You can also email Aggie at aggieholdingsllc@gmail.com. One more time, the name is Aggie Tree Service of Stonecrest, Georgia. Trust me, give them a call. You don't want to miss out on this. Aggie Tree Services of Stonecrest, Georgia. The only people you need to call.
Dry your eyes, 'cause my
I'll be down by the river, waiting for the good Lord to pass my way. Oh yeah, I'll be down by the river, singing songs of joy on this lovely day. Oh yeah, 3 singing birds told me by sunrise he's always there in the morning, praying and blessing the day. I've heard about this little tale long time ago, but never had the faith to believe in my soul.
Check.
Now Mother Nature sent to me 3 little birds, singing a song, convincing me it was so.
Hello.
Yes, indeed. Straight out of Jamaica, we got Miss Mel J for you. Mel, how you doing down there in Jamaica? Let me know right about now.
Well, it's pretty hot here, 30 degrees.
So, Mel, we lost Peter, man. We lost Peter.
Yes. So I'm your girl, Mel J, and I'm going to be giving you the Caribbean buzz, and I'm going to be starting off with some very, very sad news. Now, the Grammy Award-winning group Morgan Heritage has lost their lead singer. Now, it's like the mood out here in Jamaica and globally on the reggae scene, it's just totally depressing. You know, people are just pouring out their condolences. People can't believe this really happened. It's such a great loss for the industry. As a matter of fact, Peter's last major performance was actually right here in Jamaica at the Reggae Sunfest 2023. Yeah. Morgan Heritage, after 10 years of absence and not being performing in Sunfest, they actually performed last year, July. And I'm telling you, this is just such a huge loss, for, his fans, his family, his friends, the music itself. He was a part of, he ingrained himself into the Jamaican music culture. It's like losing Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Dennis Brown, So my condolences, of course, to his family, to his friends, and his fans out there.
Very good, Mel J. And, I send my condolences out to the rest of the family and to my mother-in-law and to my wife, who's actually Peter Morgan's eldest sister. So, the family is taking it in strides right now, and they want everyone to know that they appreciate all the great words and all the good wishes that are coming in. We're going to be talking about that a little bit more next week, Mel J. So tell me about a little bit. We have about 2 minutes here with you, Mel J. I just want you to tell me about that Bob Marley movie and what did you think about it.
Yes,
Got about two more
I was
more
actually
minutes
planning
before
to
I
touch on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so quickly, I saw the Bob Marley movie, and guys, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The reason being, there were some absences to me that were critical to his story point, to his life, that I thought that should have really been portrayed in the film. Cindy Breakspears absent, Alan Skills Cole, the Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, but nevertheless, I understand that, with Paramount and the agreement and the legalities of everything, I understand what took place there. But Ziggy Marley did say, however, that we should look out for the deleted scenes of that movie. Now, the cinematography in that movie was absolutely fantastic. I, for one, enjoy seeing Jamaicans on the screen. I totally get a kick of it, hearing our accent or dialect and that kind of vibe. So those of you who haven't seen the film, don't hesitate. I don't want to spoil it with the spoilers by giving you a review. I just want you guys to go out and check out that movie. Bob Marley, One Love. And right now, it's the #1 movie in America still. It's still in the #1 spot. And it has grossed so far $100 million worldwide already.
Yes,
so, guys, go see that film.
Okay, Mel, I'm glad you stopped by with the Mel J Buzz, Caribbean Buzz, and you're going to hear her more often. I'm glad that you're back down there in Jamaica. You were here with us for a little while. You're back down there, and we wish you the best as you get back into your role as in the media. Mel is actually a professional from back there working back with Barry G from the days and all of those great other radio announcers down there, and we're glad to have her here with us, calling in, giving us the buzz, not only in Jamaica, but also in the Caribbean. So, Mel, we'll talk, right? Next week.
All right, TC Rob. So, guys, I'm out. Mel J. Next week, I'll have more Caribbean Buzz.
All right, have a great
Thank you, Mel.
evening. Okay, yes. Wow. All of the stuff happening on the island,
Yes.
So we got to keep in touch with it. And guess what? We have in the studios with us right now another great singer. And he's right here in the Atlanta area, or the Metro Atlanta area. And we know him as Mr. Professor Roach. And I'm so glad that he took the time out. And he's got a crew.
Yes, a whole crew.
A whole crew in here with us this evening. And Mr. Roach, I must confess that Wesley to introduce you my way. But when I heard your sounds and your vocals, man, I said, my God, man, they've been hiding you away, huh?
I guess I've been hiding myself. Yeah, I do soccer too, so that took up a lot of my time. But now, getting a little older now, so I'm gonna go back into my roots. Passion.
With a voice like yours, I'd have to put the suck up on the background and push my voice.
Yeah, I push it now. Let me just introduce the crew, so to speak.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, we all three of us form the Patamar Music LLC. All right?
Really?
Yeah, we have a production team.
Okay.
Yeah, we Why Not the Paul, my brother there?
Yes.
And his wife, Universe. She's also an artist. He's also an artist.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can hear some of his songs on the same rhythm that I gave to you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a family right
Yes.
here. Okay, family. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, we have the Panama Music. We formed the group like 2 years ago officially. You know, and we've been doing music for a long time, but we had
Yes.
dropped off the scene. We're
Right.
back together again, and we're gonna do this thing right this time.
You know, I'm always a catalyst for return.
Yes, sir.
As a return to the radio person
return.
myself, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
what's
right now, presently we're promoting this new album called The Lighthearted Rhythm.
Light-hearted rhythm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I gave you a copy last week.
Yeah,
Saturday you played one,
Yes,
my version. But we have 14 artists on that album. 14,
Okay.
and
All right.
it's a nice album, man.
So go on talking, and I'll get up here in a
Yeah,
second.
well, to be honest with you, we're trying to launch it. We did a Zoom launch in January. However, we're doing an official live launch in May the 19th, right? And we like each and every one in the Atlanta area to just come on out. It will be done at the what's the ministry? The Power of Praise Ministries down in Lithonia.
Okay.
Yes.
All
So, you know, we're inviting each and every one to just come out and enjoy it, man. You know, you'll hear, Why Not the Paul, my brother there. You hear Universe, you hear me, Professor Roach, you'll hear Nanamos,
Yes.
Quelle Simba.
Yeah.
All those people are on the album. Yeah.
Okay, wow,
Steven
wow.
Souza, Sari, DVM, Ron Clark,
And what day is that
The
again?
19th of May.
Oh, the 19th of
Yes.
May. Okay.
And
Is it May?
May this
May.
year. Yeah,
Okay,
19th.
all right.
It's a Sunday.
I'm all
As a matter of fact, you're the MC, Mr. Rob. What is
So there you go, guys. so I'll be there now. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to that one,
Yes,
big
sir.
time, man.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
and of course we're gonna have you back to talk about.
Yes,
bring
man.
some of the artists by Caribbean Life TV here.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk to them as the show come
Yes.
by.
The ones that are living here, because quite a few of them, half of the crew
Yeah.
are living away from
They're-
Atlanta.
Well, that's
Some
all.
yeah.
That's all right because you heard Mel J calling from Jamaica, right? So that means
so we can have them call. Yeah, we can
Yes,
have
we
them.
can have
Yeah, we can definitely have them call in.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good.
One of them might not be able to because he lives in England and they're like 5 hours ahead. It all depends on what time we're doing this.
Yeah,
You might be able to get up at midnight and call.
But
us.
most of us are. Most
Why
of us
not?
are here in the United States. New York, Chicago, etc.
So I'm going to play a song right here. You're going to tell me about it, okay?
All right.
Just 1 second right here. Let me.
Honor his name today, forever he's the same. Honor his name.
Take a look into the book of life. Make sure you read and understand. Every word that has been carefully scribed and has been given unto men. Don't be so blind. Open your eyes, my friends, and you will surely see. You come to know and realize God's love was meant for you and me. Give him the honor, and your life will be great. Give him the honor.
As we say back in the days, that one is a boom shot. Yeah,
And it's still a boom shot.
boom shot. Give him the honor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give him the honor. Tell me about it. Tell him.
Well, to be honest, my brother here, he's the musical production person. Yeah. Him do most of the creation of the music, and she helped with the engineer and stuff.
Wow.
And all the harmonies. Any song you hear we sing here, all the harmonies done by Universe.
Beautiful.
Every part of it.
Yeah.
All right. So that song now, they gave me the rhythm.
Okay.
The actual name of the rhythm is Save My Soul.
Yes.
All right. He has his song on it called Save My Soul.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they did the rhythm and they had it for a little while and then they sent it to me. But going to work, the 9 to 5 grind, it's kind of hard to sit down and listen. So one day I was at lunch and I said, let me just listen to this rhythm, man, because they had already done theirs and wanted mine to be done.
Okay.
But I'm a person, I can write a song in 3 minutes, but sometimes it takes me a month. So this one in particular, I wanted something real, something solid on it.
Substantial.
So I sat there at one lunchtime and I said, you know, sometimes I pray in the morning and sometimes midday.
Yeah.
I pray again.
Yes.
So I said, things were kind of getting a little way, you know, where financially we weren't getting there. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But I wasn't worried, you know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of, if I'm asking God for this thing and for this thing and for this thing, I think if we give him praise, you know, it might work out. So I said, instead of saying give him praise like everybody else, I said just honor the king.
Yes.
And it just flashed in my head. I mean, just say it on my phone and just record it and keep just a hook, honor his name and left it right there.
Right.
Yeah. And the next day I went to work, I write the first line.
Yeah.
And I left it right there.
Yeah.
So that song took me 2 weeks to write, line by line.
Inspiration.
I wanted to find the right thing to put in the song.
Yes.
And as soon as I finished writing it, I went straight to the studio.
Yes.
You know, my brother and Universe here, and just voiced it. As a matter of fact, I did one take.
Yeah.
But after a while, I went back and kind of polished it up because
yes.
they love the first take. But I personally,
take care of the rough edges.
No, I'm a perfectionist, man. I like, I like to do it. So I did it again, and it came out. I just see it there now. Somebody else honored the name of the Christ, you know. Yeah, man.
Nice. Of course, man. Love that. Love that.
Yeah,
love the inspiration angle. Plus, love the voice. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, sir.
The vocals there are some serious vocals, you know, because I know people out there right now with bigger hits that don't have your vocals.
Well, that's
you know what I'm saying?
I got that.
So you know, some people have a talent and some people have a gift.
Yes.
And you're definitely gifted.
All right, give thanks.
I could see that's gifted, and you are too. I could see you know, for the compilations and so forth like that. So that's the original rhythm.
Yes.
Wow.
We created it.
Wow.
Yes.
Very few artists.
In fact, all the songs that you'll ever hear that come from us, we create everything.
That is good.
Musically and voice.
Well, I can interject.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to big up because we have another producer in Jamaica,
Tristan.
you know, from Culture Roots Production. His name is Tristan. He was the original keyboard player for Livewire.
Okay,
Livewire band.
Yes.
Yeah, Tristan Richard. Big up Tristan. Yeah, man, Tristan do a lot for production-wise also.
Yes.
Great person. I'm a musician, terrible. So, me not left him out tight.
Yeah, man.
Can't take all the glory because you don't know.
Well, you know, what?
All right,
You know
so
what
big up Tristan.
Respect.
You know, we won't leave a Universe out. I've heard Universe sing live myself.
Oh, really?
Yes. She has an amazing voice.
She was here for the highest praise.
Yes, she was for the highest praise. I've seen her at the Atlanta Bless concert.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Candy, can I hear something that high don't hear? So that means you have to. My God, man. You touch upon my level. I'm past that now. My God.
And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely? And I'll leave you with that.
Right.
What a teaser.
Yes, like Pastor said, a gift and a talent. And Universe, you have a gift.
You have all that in the Roach family there?
Yeah.
Actually, Bradshaw.
Oh, she's a
Her
Bradshaw.
dad used to play with Burning Spear.
Oh,
Bradshaw.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
My family was his musicians, and my father was Burning Spear's musical advisor.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Anthony Bradshaw, Devon Bradshaw.
And you ever heard about Rochelle?
Linford.
Yes.
Rochelle Bradshaw?
Yes.
That's her sister.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
She sings with Stephen Marley.
Yes. Right.
And she's on the album too.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Wow. So, you know, and all that talent, just and that gifting all in one spot, and I'm so glad that you are now bringing it even to the forefront here in Atlanta. You know, you're definitely gifted, and we want to hear more of that. I know on March 9th.
19th.
May.
Your show.
Let's go down to March 9th.
Yeah.
Mr. Roach will be opening the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards.
Oh, nice.
He'll be there, and we are going to experience him live in action as we get the award show started off on March 9th, the Atlanta Caribbean Community Award at the front page at 8010 Rockbridge Road, I think it is. And we want everybody to come down there. A few individuals here who are getting awards that evening.
I'm not going to say their name, but you know, I want everybody to come out and check that out, and Mr. Roach will be definitely in the place and be starting us off. But you know, we're going to do some other things too. You know, I know that where the talent lies.
Yes.
You know, we have to get you guys out there and definitely get you moving.
Yes.
And once again, but this is just too much talent for one room, though. You know
It
what I'm saying?
is,
So
indeed,
you know,
yes.
I cannot. It seems like I have to just give each of you your own individual
Spotlight.
And
Yes.
it will happen, man.
Yes.
You know, we're just getting together, so we're just doing it now like this.
Yeah.
But believe me, I can't take all the praise out. I tell you, you want to hear? Look, you want to hear their songs on that rhythm. No, not that rhythm we played. The other one, the one we're going to promote. Lighthearted. I think you have it too.
I have it that one
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
All right, so let me see here.
Yeah.
Which one did I play a while ago?
You played Honor His Name, but this one is that's it. All right, that's Ron Clark.
Ron Clark, bad singer.
Yeah,
bad
he won the
singer.
gospel contest in Jamaica back in the day.
Okay.
He's on the rhythm. That's a rhythm. Lighthearted.
Time of our departure.
I like this one.
It's perilous time.
DJ Lock, Angel Fight.
All the harmony you hear.
I don't know what happened.
Big things this
Why they
month.
can't leave us one.
Warriors.
War and crime every day. And man a fight against man. You can see the coming of the Lord. That it is near at hand. Help the children sing now. The time of our departure is at hand. Time of our departure. The time of our departure is at hand. Time of our departure. The time of our departure. Oh boy, is at hand. Is at hand. You know the time of our departure. Time of our departure is at hand. I am now ready to be heard. And the time of our departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. Yes, I have finished my course. And I'm determined to serve the Lord because He loved me the most.
Yes, indeed. Bubbling up and down in the Atlanta area. Big ups all that's listening this evening. This is Caribbean Life, the radio, Caribbean Life TV. Pastor Rob, Caribbean Extravaganza. Worries, big things happening up in the studios this evening. I got with me none other than the man himself, Mr. Professor Roach.
Professor Roach. Now, that name, I have to ask.
All right, you want to know how the name
Yes,
came about?
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to try to be quick, starting from the beginning. Yeah, when I was younger, man, you know, I used to, you know, my brother and I, we grew up doing music. My father sent us to school and stuff like that. So in college, I entered the carnival down there at the College of Science and Technology and UWI. So I was fortunate to win the DJ, reggae, and calypso division. My brother and I performed together. We won that for 3 years consecutively at two different locations.
Oh,
consecutively from 83 to 86.
So these guys are telling me that not only they are singers, but they are brains.
It's all good, man. That's how it goes. Yeah, man. Birds of a feather flock together, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah, I wanted a name, a commanding name at the time because I was very proficient at calypso. So I wanted a name. I heard about, you know, them calypsonian from Caribbean and with them names and this and that. And I said, you know what, Daddy Roach would have fit me, you know.
Yeah, man.
Commanding, you know, I'm the father of calypso.
Yeah.
So I named myself Daddy Roach then.
Okay, all right.
And I wanted to keep that name. Only to find out that my sister, who was living in New York, called me one day and said, you know, she called me and she heard that I won the thing, but everybody think it's that group in New York.
Oh, okay.
There's a group in New York named Daddy Roach. So when they hear the thing, they thought it was that group.
Okay.
So I had to change my name. But I was doing a little MC work at the time too.
Yes,
so I just named myself MC Roach.
Okay.
That didn't kick it either. And then when I went to studio, my brother, he was here in America. He did a couple tours in Japan and stuff. So he came down with some Japanese to do some songs, and they stopped by the house and they heard me singing a song. And they said they wanted that song. So when I got to the studio, I didn't have a name. So my buddy Erwin, he's a songwriter too. We went to class together as well. He said, "Why don't you just give something commanding?" And I thought about it. I said, "You know what? I'm always analyzing stuff, so I call myself Justice Roach." So that's what's on that album. I went to the studio to one song for the Japanese. They were doing a Bob Marley movie.
Okay.
The name Tonorina Bob Marley in Japanese. I went to sing one song, and when the guys heard my voice, man, I ended up doing 5.
Wow.
Yeah, they had me doing so. On that album, or the soundtracks, would say, my name is Justice Roach. But after all that and I used to teach during summer, and I came here now, and at my job I teach sometimes.
Yes.
I say, you know what? Just hit me now. I'm gonna say, yes,
Professor.
this is it, man.
Yes.
Professor.
I'm a professor.
It sticks with you.
Yeah, somebody said
Yes.
Professor Roach, and that's it. Final answer.
The lyrics that you're bringing forth, it's on a professor level.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Well, Professor Roach, we see you guys have a concert coming up,
Yes.
right, at the Power of Praise Ministries.
Yes.
So let the people know where they could get tickets, where they could see you guys next.
Oh, okay. You want to say that or you want?
Yes, sir. So our tickets will be available. At padamarmusic.net, and you can reach us at 706-351-8276 or 404-428-0903.
Yeah, and we'll be actually printing hard copy tickets too
Very
to
good.
sell.
Yes.
But for those who can't actually come, but they would like to, because we're going to try to live stream it as well.
Of course, definitely.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
they can buy it online, as she said, in padamarmusic.net.
We're looking forward to that with quite a lineup of entertainers.
Yes.
From the
Well, we
area.
have 14. Only 11 might be here for that night.
14.
Yeah, 14 on the album.
Yes.
So 11.
Okay. So once again, I want to thank you for coming down. You see, when you have a good thing, you can't get all away at one time. You have to just cannot
Put
break
it in pieces.
Can,
Yes.
obviously you have to just take your time and just break it in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta bring the Professor Roach out again. And folks, there's been a theory that says Roach don't have no approach, but here is a Roach with a big approach. Professor Roach.
Anywhere in the world you go, you find a roach. So
But this is not the regular Roach, this is the Professor Roach.
I tell you what, the other song I gave you,
Yes,
play that one to take us out.
Yes.
That's my song on the thing.
Yes.
We had brought the others, but I think I sent you a press kit. So one of these days you can play it on your radio show, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But, but these are both my radio shows. The one there.
I know. But I'm just saying. No, the other one.
There's another one that I sent to you, the DJ. You got it? Mm-hmm.
His Love.
His Love.
His Love. Yeah. That's on the
Live in his love.
That's it.
Be a reflection of his love. Be a reflection of his love. Live in his love. Be a reflection of his love. Be a reflection of his love. Since the beginning, he's been the source of life. Gave us his blessings and told us to do
I want to sing a
right.
live verse.
Somehow we faltered and ignored
DJ
that
Ray,
force
pull it
above.
Pull it up.
I remember she harmonized.
All right. So I want you to give us a piece now
Yes.
of this love for Caribbean Life TV.
All right.
Come on, we check. We go test your
Live
originality.
in his love. Be a reflection of. Be a reflection of.
Come on,
Since
Universe.
the
You shy, Universe? I know you're not
He's
shy.
been the source of life. Gave us his blessings and told us to do right. But somehow we faltered and ignored that force above. But by his grace and mercy, we can still live in his love. You got to show a love that's pure and true. You got to live the life he prepared for you. You got to shine your light both near and far. You got to let the world know who you are. You got to represent for the mighty King.
I want to hear a piece with Caribbean Life TV Unite and Caribbean Life Radio Unite. Come on, now. Come on. Give us something. You already have the love, you know.
Yeah.
I already have the love. You already like. Come on, now.
So CLTV.
Hear this
It
now.
is
Hear
Professor
this now.
Roach.
Come on, grab this now.
Yeah, man.
Grab this now. You have to wind this up. You know what I'm saying? So when we play it back,
Yeah, man. Living is love. Caribbean life love. Yes? Caribbean life love. Since the beginning, it's been the source of life and music too.
Yeah, here it is.
Gave us the blessing and told us to do right. You got to live a life that's pure and true. You got to live a life from the Caribbean too. You know, the Caribbean life every time.
Big up, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes.
You can't put some artists on the spot, because I'm not trying gifts like that. But it's when you know, say you can't sing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry, because and a little, the studio fix up and fix up echo up and stuff like they get live and direct. And I do appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
For stopping by this evening here, and thank you guys. Shino. If it just have her by herself.
Yes,
yeah, man. Universe.
Yes.
Hey, and I must let you know she has her own album out.
Okay, all right. Come see me.
Yeah.
Come see me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It is entitled Strange New World.
Wow.
It's out there.
Yes.
Yeah, we launched it last year, but it's out there
yes.
on all the platforms.
Okay.
Yeah. And
all right.
It's her song on this album. It's also on that album, Lighthearted.
And your universe.
Yes.
Universe.
Wow.
Just go
Like
Right.
Yeah, man, I why not the Paul and me dirty coverall. I say God overall.
Yeah, we are saying. Touch me now.
Yeah, man. Big up Caribbean Life TV and Pastor Rob.
Big up, man.
Give thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Every time.
Blessing every time. All right?
Yes.
Thank you guys
Yes.
for coming through.
Respect once
Yeah,
again.
man, God bless, man. Godspeed, yeah.
Once again on March the 9th, Atlantic Caribbean Awards. Professor Roach will be there on May
19th. Yes.
Okay.
The launch of the Lighthearted Rhythm.
Yes.
Come out and support us.
Very good.
At the Power of Praise Ministries in Lightona, all right?
Very good.
May 19, guys,
May
from
19.
7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay, so we will.
And don't forget to know, Pastor Rob right here will be the MC. All right? So if you love him, come on out and come watch him.
Live on him in person.
Blessed love. Blessed love.
Yeah. All right, we're glad you stopped by here. Miss Candy, I'm glad you filled in for Sharon today, and we just appreciate DJ Reds on the ones and the twos.
Big up, Reds.
Oh my God. Worries on a Tuesday night at Caribbean Extravaganza. Until next time, next Tuesday. This is Pastor Rob.
And Candy filling in for Sharon while she's on vacation.
Okay. Saying, as we say at Caribbean Extravaganza, what good. Until next time, all right? Respect.
And if you humbly will grant you wisdom, get the dynasty too.